Welcome to AML Watcher Backoffice. Firstly, the user has the option to create a new case, and as shown, there are required parameters to perform a search. Firstly, we have a full name where we can enter a name, and the user can then enter DOB, which is not a required parameter as indicated by the asterisk. Then we have entity types, which users can perform the search. Next, we have the option of biometric screening, which refers to uploading a facial image of a person we would like to search for. It allows the user to reduce false positives to zero by showing only one result that exactly matches the image uploaded. Then we have unique identifiers that can be anything unique to the search entity that, when searched with the name, can help in reducing the false positives. Then we have custom risk engines. So I will be explaining this later in the video. Currently, we are using the default risk engine. Then we have the option to select countries. This can be used to further refine our searches. Then the user has the option to select a fuzzy score, which refers to how much variation can be tolerated in the name we are searching, and it ranges from 0 to 100%. We have match AKAs, which refers to aliases and alternate names of the person we are searching for. Then we have matched RCAs, relatives and close associates, for comprehensive compliance. Next, we have databases. Firstly, we have PEP, which refers to politically exposed persons. At level 1, we have state and government executives, such as prime ministers and presidents. At level 2, we have officials of state military and high-rank officers. At level 3, we have senior management at government state-owned entities. At level 4, we have senior officials and employees working for international bodies, such as diplomats. Then we have AML screening on businesses and a database of prominent business figures. Then we have fitness and probity, which refers to individuals who have committed transpiration, but who might not necessarily have committed offenses that would lead them to be denied foreign bank accounts. Next, we have insolvency, refers to individuals who have a history of not repaying their debt. Sanctions are measures imposed by global organizations such as the UN, Treasury, and the OFAC to restrict dealings with certain individuals and entities. Then we have data for SIEs, referring to special interest entities. These are businesses who have been involved in financial criminal activity. Similarly, we have SIP, which refers to a special interest person. These might have also been involved in financial criminal activity. Then we have warnings and regulatory enforcements. These involve all of the cases registered in 235 plus countries' directories. Then we have a database for adverse media, which refers to news articles published online, on online platforms, that may contain negative sentiment regarding the entity we are searching. Now, we will perform the search. We have only one record found here because biometric AML reduced the false positives to 0. If we open the result, we can see the image has been matched, and we have the details for the entity we have been searching for. Then we have search information, and the entity has been found in a political exposed person database. And similarly, it has also been found in the warnings and regulatory enforcement. We have all the data here displayed in the record here. Here you can find AKAs which become crucial, especially when searching for a person who is famous because of his aliases, reducing the chances of false negatives. We have linked entities. The identification of entities linked to high-risk individuals, including relatives and close associates, is crucial for timely risk management. We then have additional information. Before moving further, I would like to showcase a feature of AML Watcher. For instance, I would perform a search in Russian, but we have a record in our database that's in English. AML Watcher will translate it for you, and we will show the relevant results. For instance, this name is translated into Igor Bondarenko, and we have a 100% match here. Moving on to manage cases, we have this display here, with history of records created in the past are shown here. We have this bar where we have these filters. Here, I'd like to explain ongoing monitoring. For instance, we have created a search. We can turn on monitoring here, and the entity will be rescreened on regular intervals, and you will be notified on any changes in its profile. And here we have history logs, if there have been changes made to this case. We have information and a set of filters at your disposal. These filters allow us to refine your search based on the parameters provided. For instance, if I'm looking for exact name matches, I can easily filter the results to display only those entries where the name matches precisely. If there's a specific record you'd like to save as a PDF, AML Watcher has you covered. For example, when you access the record, you'll find an option to download it as a PDF. This PDF will contain all the associated reports, neatly compiled for your convenience. Moving on to user management, we have this display where we can create a user. We can add name, email, password, and role for it. We can also create a role in roles management, where we can select these permissions, and based on that, we can create a new role. and assign the name, and we can have these permissions assigned to them as well. Then we have advanced features. Under it, we have bulk search, where the user can perform a search for 100 entities per batch. We have a template defined for it. That looks something like this, where you can enter the parameters to perform the search, and this would provide you results in the managed case. Similarly, we have risk scoring. If I show you how to create one, we would first assign a name to this model. Then we have how would we give weightage to our model. For instance, I assign 25% weightage. Then we can assign weightages to the country. For instance, we can perform a search for Iran and select that. Then similarly, we have the category in which we can assign which of the weightage to each category. We can assign weightage to a single category, or we can assign weightage to multiple categories. Similarly, if we have criminal records, we can assign weightage to them as well. We'll leave them at default for now. Then we can have decision making. We can say lowest, we can search for verification successfully. We can say for verification for review cases. And at high risk, we can say verification failed. This would be the parameters defined. New custom risk scoring engine will be available for use in our main back office here. Moving on to the API section, we have webhooks that allow two-way data transfer between AML Watcher and your own project. A user can enter the name and the endpoint and choose its type. Currently, we are only offering the type update. Then we have the integration guide that will redirect you to AML Watcher API documentation. This is the introduction page. We have to then move to the Getting Started page, and we can register. If you have been assigned an account for AML Watcher, you can start integrating it. You will need your job credentials. This is the API. Then we have this option to create a search, just like that in the back office. We have all different endpoints for each one of them. And the behavior through API is very similar to back office. AML Watcher will assist you on all of this and will help you with the integration.